So we just had a meeting with the Attorney General, Sir Tommy Thomas, also with the Solicitor General and another aide of hers. It was a very fruitful, encouraging meeting. We discussed both the civil and the criminal case in great detail, and the possible solutions, possible directions in which we feel that this matter can proceed. And the Attorney General was very receptive in hearing our views. So we are very grateful to have been given this opportunity to speak with him. Of course, I will be advising my client as his lawyer on certain things that need to be done as a way forward. So, of course, as I had mentioned earlier, the question of reopening the case was discussed. Also, the question of possibly convening Royal Commission of Inquiry in RCI. Both these matters were discussed on top of the civil case, which is pending, coming up in August and September of this year. I think the dates have already been given to you earlier. So we are quite optimistic that in light of this discussion with the Attorney General, that the chances of the matter being investigated further will happen. We are very optimistic that this will happen. Of course, I have certain ideas which I will very likely propose to the Attorney General in due course to see whether or not this matter can, how best to move forward with this matter. Jadi dalam just nak bagi tahu, baru saja kami berjumpa dengan peguam negara Encik Tommy Thomas tadi, di mana kami telah pun mengadakan satu perbincangan yang agak baik, agak bermakna, di mana kami telah pun menimbulkan beberapa perkara berkenaan isu bagaimana perkara ini dapat dibuka semula untuk disiasat semula. Perkara itu telah pun diambil kira, dan juga perkara sama ada satu Royal Commission of Inquiry ataupun RCI akan diadakan. Juga kami telah pun berbincang berkenaan kes civil yang kini sedang berlangsung, dan kami berharap ataupun kami adalah optimistik positif daripada mesyuarat kami tadi tersebut bahawa isu pembukaan semula perkara ini untuk disiasat semula ataupun disiasat dengan lebih lanjut atas isu motif, iaitu siapa yang telah pun mengarahkan pembunuhan Altantuya Shaariibuu ini. Kami adalah optimistik perkara ini akan disiasat dengan lebih lanjut. We are optimistic that this issue of motive, and only motive, as to who ordered this murder of Altantuya Shaariibuu will proceed and will be investigated further, so that those who are responsible for the same will be brought to justice. Well, of course, the three people I think you're referring to, two of them have been convicted. That is Azila and Sirul. And the third person was acquitted, that is Razak Baginda. So for Azila and Sirul, the position is the same. They remain convicted. Their status is not changed in any way, or will not be changed in any way. Of course, Razak Baginda was acquitted as well. But I think I'm not at liberty to go into the details of other possible personalities who might be implicated or who might be involved in these further investigations at this stage. But I think it's enough to say for now that I think there will be new leads, or there are new leads, sufficient new leads to commence investigation.
Lepas 12 tahun, apa kata peguam negara dan juga saya ingin tahu sedikit input daripada Bapak.
minta maaf, sorry.
Selepas 12 tahun kes ini kan,
Ya.
mungkin saya nak dapatkan feedback daripada peguam negara ketika pertemuan itu kan.
Yes.
Dan juga dengan Dr. Shaaribu.
Feedback, sorry? What was the question again? Feedback berkenaan apa?
Respon daripada AG.
Oh, I see. Of course, AG tadi bila kita berjumpa dengan dia, sebagai seorang peguam negara yang baru, yang telah baru mengambil alih perkara ini, beliau juga perlu menyemak semula fail-fail yang berkenaan dengan pembunuhan ini. Bukan sahaja dari segi jenayah, kes jenayah, tetapi juga dari segi kes sivil. Oleh kerana beliau sebagai peguam negara mewakili kerajaan Malaysia yang merupakan satu pihak di dalam kes ini. Jadi beliau juga memandangkan masa yang lama itu, 12 tahun. Beliau tadi, I was pleasantly surprised bahawa beliau telah pun menyemak semula fail-fail yang berkenaan dan beliau tahu apa yang berlaku. Beliau telah pun update himself berkenaan apa yang berlaku dan oleh itu saya adalah confident, yakin bahawa kami dapat meneruskan perkara ini dengan positif. I think there's a very good chance that the matter will be probed further.
Ada bagi indication tak sama ada maybe hujung tahun ni ataupun tahun depan same similar itu? Any indication? When it will start?
Berkenaan, there's no indication with regard to time frame, but I think the indication was that it won't be set upon. Ini perkara ini tidak akan dilengah-lengahkan lagi. Perkara ini telah pun seperti yang Puan kata tadi, telah pun berlanjutan sudah 12 tahun. It is a long outstanding matter, something which needs to be, will not be, tidak akan dilengah-lengahkan. Itu adalah indication. That was the indication that was put forward just now.
Tapi ada permintaan khas daripada Dr. Shaaribu sendiri kepada peguam negara.
Of course, permintaan beliau adalah sama seperti permintaan beliau kepada publik bahawa beliau ingin melihat keadilan. He wants to see justice being achieved. And of course, he communicated that message to the Attorney General just now. Beliau telah pun maklumkan ataupun memaklumkan kepada peguam negara tadi bahawa ini adalah hasrat utama beliau, iaitu untuk melihat bahawa keadilan dilakukan. So the Attorney General was very serious in his reception when he received us, and a lot of things were discussed which I'm not at liberty to disclose now, but I think the end result is that we are confident that this will move forward in the near future.
Any witnesses
Sorry? Yes, possible. We discussed that, but I'm not at liberty to disclose all that at this point of time.
Puan, adakah bincang mengenai bawa pulang Sirul?
Ya, Sirul juga dibincang tadi berkenaan dengan apa langkah-langkah yang perlu diambil untuk mengekstradasi ataupun membawa Sirul pulang dari Australia. Isu ini telah pun dibangkitkan dan dibincangkan tadi. Tetapi seperti yang saya telah pun pendirian saya selama ini adalah Sirul itu tidaklah perlu untuk dibawa pulang pada masa ini untuk memulakan siasatan lanjut dalam perkara ini. Sirul is not, I keep repeating, Sirul is not necessary to be brought back for investigations to commence into the question of the motive behind the murder. And I think we impressed that on the Attorney General as well earlier. And I think he also agrees that that is the case, because there is other leads, other possible leads locally in Malaysia which can spark those investigations now.
Puan, kita faham sisi dah 12 tahun ya.
Yes.
Jadi ada bukti yang cukup mengatakan bukan semula untuk motif insiden itu.
Well, pada tahap ini bukti memang seperti yang saya kata tadi, ada new leads. Maksud saya adalah bahawa ada avenues, there are avenues, ada kemungkinan ataupun terdapat bukti yang boleh diambil kira untuk siasatan lanjut dibuat. You see, so before you commence further investigations, you must have reasons to commence those further investigations. So at this stage, I think there are reasons, there is ample reason to do so. And of course, we hope that those further investigations will disclose or reveal information with regard to the motive behind the murder. Anything else?
What about the RCI? Then you have voice.
Yes, we also discussed the RCI as well. As I said, the RCI is something which the Prime Minister would advise the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to hold. Whether or not, of course, I think before the Prime Minister does so, he will seek the advice of the AG, because that's the principal duty of the AG, to advise the Prime Minister in such matters. So that is something that the AG would look into, or possibly look into, in the event. Like I said, the RCI is an alternative to further investigating this matter further. If this matter can be resolved by further investigations, then you don't need an RCI. Sekiranya perkara ini boleh diselesaikan melalui siasatan lanjut, maka kita tak perlulah kita nak adakan satu RCI. Itu pendirian saya. So at this point of time, apa yang lebih ditekankan di dalam mesyuarat tadi adalah berkenaan siasatan lanjut. That was what was stressed on more, although the RCI was also discussed.
Could I ask a question about relatives?
Yes, she wants to ask a question.
I have a question. I have a question. I want you to comment what you are thinking about the reopen investigation for this case.
그게 технического таны бодол ямар вэ?
төрийн дээр хууль байдаг юм байна. Хуулийн дээр тэнгэр байдаг юм байна.
There is a law under the government, and under the law, above the law, there is a only sky. Above the government, there is a law, and above the law, there is only sky.
Түүнээс дэш харах тийм эрх мэдэлтэй хүн энэ ертөнцийн дээр байх ёсгүй.
There is nobody above the law.
What is the hope for this case?
And there is the youth religion.
Шударгууны хүлээж.
Only justice. He's waiting for justice.
And what kind of efforts has made by Mongolia? What kind of efforts made by the country Mongolia for this case to reopen the investigation?
Одоо энэ дэр Монголын засгийн газар ямар хөө байсан? Энэ хэрэгийг нээж чаддаг.
Яг дахиад л одоо ямар ч гэсэн хоёр орны ард түмний харилцаанд зөв шийдвэр гарсны эцсийн үр дүнд ард түмэн бие биенийг урд урдаасаа харж ойлгох ийм юмд хүрнэ л гэж бид найдаж байгаа.
I hope after this case solved, two countries' people can face to face, and the relationship between two countries will be developed.
So would you stay at Malaysia along the case?
Энэ хэрэгийг дуустал Малайзд байх уу?
Би харахгүй. Надад ардал зөндөө проблем байна.
I have to go back soon.
So tomorrow you will be meeting Prime Minister. Anything you want to comment to him? Anything specific?
Маргааш одоо ерөнхий сайдтай уулзсан. Гэхдээ та одоо тодорхой ямар нэгэн хүсэх зүйл байна уу?
Тэр миний асуудал.
It's my problem. Actually,
왜 없다고 하시대?
I haven't met yet. Yeah.
Can you elaborate? If you want to discuss, if you want to meet Prime Minister tomorrow, what exactly you want to stress out?
이것도 유스쿨 유운들이
Өсөл биелүүлдэг тийм одоо эд шийдгээд би тийм юм байдаг гэж ойлгодоггүй. Зүгээр яг би асуудлыг яг тэр үеийн шийдвэрлэж чадах хэмжээний хүн.
I think he's a man who can solve the problem.
Тэр үедээ би шийдвэр. Тэгэхээр би өөр юу бодсон. Мэдээж тийм.
I can ask. I just ask him to solve this problem and make justice.
Just a clarification on the possible leads that you mentioned. Are these leads fresh leads, or you're picking those leads from a whole range? When talking about the
A bit of both.
A
bit of both. Yeah. A bit of both.
It is reported that Mongolia ambassador made great effort for the reopen investigation. So, what's the process?
Sorry, what was the question?
The Mongolia ambassador made. It is reported in the internet that Mongolia ambassador in Malaysia made a great effort in reopen the investigation. So, what's the process?
Well, I'm not aware of that, of the ambassador taking action. I'm not. I can't comment. But I mean, if he's done so, then we're very grateful that he has assisted in this. But I'm not aware of that at this stage. Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, am I supposed to speak?
Yeah, have to speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, just say, would anything concrete offered by the Attorney General in moving forward the case?
No, like I said, there are leads. I think that's the main thing. The leads are there to start investigations. I can't tell you exactly what those leads are because at this stage I'm not at liberty to do so. But it won't. I think it won't delay for much longer. That was the main message that we got from the Attorney General just now. Okay.
Gambar